visit somebody right on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, guys, and how are you? Well, I had just came on because I just wanted to share a video with you guys. Actually, this was inspired by Mama Crone, in fact, because she usually does videos when she feels inspired or if somebody's just heavy on her heart and she just feels as though she needs to talk about them. She just comes on, tries to just do it on the fly, speak from the heart, and you know what? Thank you, Mama Crone, for that inspiration, because if you cannot tell by the picture or the title of this video, I am here to talk about Kelly Osbourne because she is still in the current process of mourning her father who had passed in 2025, I heard. So because of that, we all remember that. And then there were some musical tributes to Ozzy Osbourne, especially at the Grammys just recently this year. I think it was February 2nd it was, and she was there. Her whole family was there. However, Kelly Osbourne continues to seem to struggle with her weight. However, let's just hear from the words and mouth of Kelly Osbourne. I just wanted to really talk about her and just share some of the videos that I had seen, because it's sad to see her mourning her father to this capacity. And because we are an esoteric station on this channel, after all, we have been recently talking about the mourning process and when a loved one passes on, that grieving them. Not saying that you shouldn't grieve your loved ones, but the grieving process. My mom made this a really good recommendation. If you haven't seen the movie Ghost, this is exact. I see this, not exact, but I see similarities and parallels to when you're mourning someone. The person that you're mourning that has passed and is trying to transition is struggling because they want to console you. They love you, of course. So because of that, they feel a little bit attached. They still want to stay behind, make sure that everybody is happy, good, before they transition, before their life, tie up some loose ends here on this physical earth before transitioning onto that spiritual world. And because of that, some spirits can end up in a trapped energy in a type of sense. What was another movie? There was a TV series. What is it? The Good Place? Yeah, I think The Good Place, where when they died, they were either in a waiting period until they like went up or down, and it was something like that. But those are the morals that I'm picking up from here. But before I get ahead of myself, let me just play two videos from Kelly Osbourne. All right, hold up, guys. This is her talking about the tribute that is going on at the Grammys that happened. And she's talking about how her and her family are healing and how this tribute is just as important to them as it is to the people that are giving a tribute to their late father, their late loved one.
I mean, we're closer now than we ever have been. We're all we have.
Yeah.
And we've experienced the biggest loss we will ever go through. And all we want to do is just live in his legacy.
Well, actually, that's a really good place to put this comment that I have forgotten to mention earlier. If you want to truly live in his legacy, then I feel as though, just as if he was on this physical plane, he wouldn't want to see you, Ozzy Osbourne, your father, or your father, as I'm talking about Kelly Osbourne here, but your father wouldn't want to see you grieving, see you sad, see you losing weight, seeing you being able not to cope and move forward, even though in the next clip you will hear her say that she is working on moving forward. but still, what it took for you to get here within the last couple of months, I know that weighed heavier on your father than it weighed heavier on you, and you were the one that was doing the grieving. So because of that, if you want to truly live out his legacy, live out a happy, joyful, fulfillful life that you know that he would want you to live. And I'm not here to bash on Kelly Osbourne because she has talked about people. She's been hostile, but not hostile, sensitive. She has been very sensitive lately, not about her weight, about the loss of her father, about the comments that people are making about her and her body and her appearance. We also know Ariana Grande has made the same complaints as well. However, here for Kelly Osbourne, I feel as though it's coming from a sense of she's in a hurt, grieving place, and she feels as though all the negative comments that are coming out to just make her feel worse about herself is only making her feel worse than she wants to in this situation. And it's just other obstacles and challenges that she has to overcome in this healing process and journey, which really sucks as a human being, but comes with the territory and job as a celebrity. And I really give my sympathy to those celebrities and everybody out there, like Taylor Swift, for an example, that have to go out there, fake the funk, live out their lives, and have to completely keep things secret, private, and you don't realize that they're going through some traumatic experience behind camera lenses. So because of that, it's just really sad to see that Kelly Osbourne is still coming to the terms of the sudden loss of her father. But here is what she has to say out of her own words about how she feels about her father just recently this year.
Honest with you, I won't lie. People usually say, I'm great. I'm not doing so great. It's the hardest thing I've ever been through in my life, but I'm getting through, and we're doing everything we can to try and just live in his legacy and be happy.
I love that. Live in his legacy and be happy. And not to say that grieving a loved one doesn't have its ups and its downs, because that's life. And for Kelly, there's days where she's happy and there's days that she's sad. Completely get that, totally understand it. But I just feel, just seeing how it has, because what we always talk about on the channel, especially me, when it comes to just like health in particular, is that it's always a physical manifestation of what's going on in your inner world, what's going on within inside of you. So to see what's ever going on with Kelly Osbourne at this present moment in the last few months, that has caused her to drastically have appearance a change, and people are drawing her attention to it. And I feel bad for that, because that's just a physical manifestation of how she's feeling on the inward sides. And they always say sometimes you could grieve somebody so much that you end up passing in the process, because you just can't live on. You wither away. You try to live on, but it's just the heavy weighing down energy of thinking about them and thinking about death and thinking about what it used to be like, as if there's no more future coming forward. Your body reacts to the mind. The mind is a powerful tool that, if you learn how to use it right, sometimes it's the subconscious things that you can think that can bring a outcome that you wasn't intending for, but it kind of gave you your wish, like Ray J maybe. I'm not trying to jump all these celebrities out there, but if you think about these different examples, you get the coding of what I'm saying here with Kelly Osbourne. And that's just what's really weighing heavy on my heart, because it's really sad to see. And me, as somebody who is close to my parents, I have yet to lose a parent yet, but I would hope that I don't end up in the place that Kelly Osbourne is, because I know how much I would feel, no matter how much, even if my mom didn't, or my parents didn't just suddenly die, and I had time to cope with it, come to terms with it, watch them go through the process and have that release. I would still feel like I would be in her shoes a little bit, because I would just feel like they're all I know. I depend on them, love, support them, family, camaraderie. Who is like, what's my life going to be like without them and stuff like that. So when I think about all those things and then I see Kelly Osbourne, it makes me feel sad because I'm like, I really hope that I can rise up out of that energy if I were to ever fall into that one, because that just shows you how close she was to her father. And because of that, it's really sad to see that she is still mourning the loss of her dad. So that's pretty much what I had to pull. I just want to pull some three cards, three oracle cards. Actually, for you guys, so you can see, I'll pull three tarot cards. Just to see, Kelly Osbourne says that she is doing better or in the works of getting better. So let's just pull three cards to see how is she coping with the passing of her father all these months later. I'm just going to go by positive and negative cards. I'm going to pull three cards. So it's the overwhelming majority wins here. All right, Kelly, how do you feel about your father? We have strength. Chef's kiss, love that. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, interesting. The Page of Cups. Wow. Before I was mysteriously thrown off by the Page of Cups, what the story was giving me, what this was the Eight of Pentacles, which was in her past, which symbolizes how she was feeling when the news happened in the last couple of months that had led her up to this present moment, because this is within her recent past. And within her recent past, we see here is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is always working hard. And because this is about coping and how she's working through the coping process, we see that from day one, from the beginning, that she's been trying and working vigorously, meticulously to cope and finding maybe different mechanisms to cope. Whether that's managing her weight, because it's sometimes a thing when it comes to EDs, that it's if you feel out of control in your life, then that's just one thing you have control, and that gives you a sense of power. So because of that, I'm not here to do any psychoanalyzation here. So because of that, we see here working with the Eight of Pentacles, she has been working hard, and the hard work is paying off, like she says. And in this present moment, the Strength card still stands strong. I mean, yes, you need strength when you're still struggling, but strength means that you are mustering up your inner strength to move forward. It's not like you're going to let the situation get you down. And because of that, I see that's really good working hand in hand with the Eight of Pentacles, because it's like all that hard work, all the healing that she has been doing to try to move forward and process and be happy and live in his legacy, as she says. She's finally trying to pull that inner strength in her, try to finally come back to, even though we see in pictures that she's still struggling, but there, you got to gain. It takes a while to lose weight. It takes a while to gain the weight back too. So because of that, it's a waiting process and a waiting game with her weight in particular. But she has some inner strength before she can even work on the weight. She's got to work on the mental first. So because of that, we see moving forward, I don't even see a mental card in here. Honestly, I see two things: physicality and water, which is all about emotions and how you feel. So we still see that Kelly Osbourne is still struggling, which goes forth with the Strength card, that still struggling to regain a sense of balance and equilibrium within herself, because that's what water is all about, especially the Page of Cups. It's like a new territory. The pages are all about exploring and gaining information and insight as a way to grow and develop yourself. And that's exactly what Kelly Osbourne is going through in this present moment. The loss of a parent is just one thing in her life that we all know that we're going to have to eventually experience, but it really takes you as a person and challenges your character and who you are as an individual at the core, that so much so that she is working out who she is and who she wants to be after this? Does she want to be the one that mourns and is mourning her father until like basically the day that she dies? 40 years later, she's still talking about how her father's dead and she can't get over him? Or does she want to be the one that's healed, and even though she might talk about him, she can have fond memories and not be sad, depressed, and feel as though life is lifeless without him around, because it's just not vibrant, it lacks the joy that it once had. So because of that, she has to get back to what life feels like without him. And that's the change, that where the fork in the road becomes. Do you find a way to fill that void, or do you learn to, or do you, before you can even split, you can sit in that energy, but it's like, how long do you sit in that energy before you decide to walk out of that energy? So what I see that with Kelly Osbourne is that she's still working through it, but that's okay. It's a healing process, and it's a journey for her, and each to their own about healing and grieving. I'm not sure what exactly in the seven, I'm not exactly sure what stage she is in the 7 stages of grief, but I'm not sure if acceptance is in the early, middle, or ending stages, but it sounds like she's starting to accept it. And once you can accept it and name it, you're able to move forward and do something about it. That's what I always say. So with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this short, brief reading on Kelly Osbourne. I just wanted to pull some 3 quick cards, just like Mama Crone does whenever she feels a bit bothered and she just wants a answer, a little bit of insight. And I feel like this honestly has done a little something for my soul and some justice. And I really, prayers going up to Kelly Osbourne yet again for what she's going through. And I'm really sorry that she has lost her father. And with that being said, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. How do you feel about Kelly Osbourne and the situation with her and her father? And hey, let's leave the comments down below. How would you feel in that situation? Would you relate to Kelly? Would you not? If you were in her shoes, let me know down below in the comments. And with that being said, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to the channel. We would really appreciate it. Please and thank you. And you know what I say on this channel? Just hype us up. Subscribe to us. Hey, and with that, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.